we just want to say hello, and then we just get like this great big kiss on the mouth. Come here, say hi everybody. Hi everybody. Hi everybody. Oh, you're just here for the pats. That's okay. That's okay. What are we doing? We're going to record a podcast. We're going to record a podcast. Yes, we are. I've got so many goodies. I don't know if she's going to stick around, but we'll see. Welcome. My name is Lisa, and I am the maker and creator behind EleventyOne Windmills. I design and make unique and whimsical crochet and knitting tools and things for other yarn crafters like spinning and weaving as well. I am based in Newcastle of New South Wales, and I have my own studio. I've started this podcast because I wanted to have a little space where I chat about all my makes and my yarn and have a bit of a giggle and laugh at myself for the many fails that I have in my knitting projects and occasional successes, but also to share with you things that are happening in my community, in my world, and just have a general, gab about yarn and craft and knitting. So I hope you enjoy it. If you feel like you want to, you can subscribe to get notified of new videos, and please do hit like on my video because that all helps me out heaps. And yeah, let's get stuck into it. So it is January. We're like more than halfway through January. We're about I should check. It's the 24th. I was going to say the 23rd. It is the 24th of January. So we are more than halfway through. We are like close to the end of January, but here we are. Happy New Year, everybody. I hope that you all had... the last episode I did was on Christmas. So it's pretty much been a whole month since I've sat down for a recording, which... amazing. Like, I can't believe it. I can't believe how quickly the time has flown. It's school holidays here in New South Wales in Australia, where I am. And I have two kids who are currently being occupied with a Nintendo Switch on the TV, which is great. If I leave them alone, they'll be fine for like 5, maybe 6 hours. So, I've got time. Just kidding. I give them like max an hour. You can probably hear them shouting because this is what happens whenever I try to do anything by myself that requires quiet, is that the shouting happens. When I sat down to do the recording last time, we were a few weeks into the school holidays, maybe like 2 weeks. I think we finished up school. No, it was we were 1 week into the school holidays. And we are now pretty much 1 week from the end of the school holidays. So it's been like a pretty full-on nearly 2 months for me. No, it hasn't been 2 months. It's been a full 1 month. I literally just said that. I last recorded on Christmas, which was the 25th of December. Here it is, 24th of January, exactly almost to the day, a month later, and I'm thinking like it's been 2 months. But that's how time feels when you have your children at home with you all day, every day, for an unending period of time. Before people arc up at me, I love my kids. I love having them around. I love spending time with them, but it is a lot. I very purposefully didn't put very much work on for myself during December and January because last year I did that, and I think I had too high expectations of what I could achieve in the amount of time that I had, and also what I could achieve with the kids around all the time. So even though they're like pretty self-sufficient, like they can now go and make themselves lunches, and they can pretty much entertain themselves for the whole day without getting into too much trouble. They do make the occasional dumb decision, which, they're kids, so it's going to happen. But it's not like They don't need like me sort of standing over them or facilitating activities. Like I'll take them out places and we have outings and do activities and stuff like that together, but for the most part they are pretty independent and I'm quite lucky. The school holidays is 49 days from end to end. So from the day that they broke up to the day that they go back to school, they are like off school for pretty much 7 weeks. 49 days is 7 weeks. So that seems very long. And it is. It's very long. So if any of you are in the same situation as me, my heart goes out to you. It really does. Like, as much as we love our kids and we love spending time with them, you know, you do get to a point where you're just like, oh, I need some peace and quiet. I would just like to drink my coffee without people screaming at me. And I would like to not be woken up at 6:45 in the morning, thank you very much, with dumb things like, Poppy did a poo. I'm like, well, she's a dog. She does that. So yeah, it's been a long time. Added to which, a week ago, my husband went off on a work trip that was kind of last minute. Hang on, needing the beverage now. More of a consolation than anything because it's decaf. Matt has gone off on this work trip to conferences in Oslo, and then he's going to London. So he's been away for a week. So I've been on my own with the kids for a week. And he's away for another week and a half. So I'm doing this whole temporary single parent situation, which is in no way the same as a person who is an actual single parent. So I don't want to like devalue anything or diminish anything that people do if you're a single parent. Like, oh my God, I have so much respect for you. It is hard, and I know that my situation is not even remotely the same. So that's why I say temporary single parent, but it's not even in the same ballpark. So for a hot minute, I thought that we were going to all be going together on this like whirlwind trip of Europe, and I'm desperately disappointed that we didn't get to go. The tickets were really expensive. The flights for me and the kids to add on were just like, you know, sell an organ expensive. That's how, you know, I only need one lung, right? Like I could have sold one of those and gone to London. So we didn't go. My consolation prize is that next week I'm taking the kids away for a holiday, and I've never done that on my own before. It's always been a family holiday where it's been all 4 of us. It will be 4 of us because we're bringing Poppy because I have no one to leave her with at the moment. And so I just figured that if I was going to be alone with the kids for 2.5 weeks here, I was going to drive myself crazy trying to get any work done. So I just thought if I'm at home, I'm going to be expecting to do work. But if I'm not at home, then there's no chance of getting any work done. So we're heading off on Monday for a little bit of a trip. We're away for a week. And I checked the weather report and it looks rubbish, actually. We're just going up the coast and it looks like it's going to rain for a good part of the time. So fingers crossed it'll be okay, but who knows? This is my life. So that's kind of like the family personal update of all the things that have kind of been happening with me in the last little while. I have quite a lot of stuff to show you guys, and I kind of want to get stuck into it. So let's talk about some finished knitting. Alright, so this year I am hosting my first ever year-long knit-along event. It's a stash busting sock along. So the idea is that you I will get my basket to show you. The idea is that you get your sock sets and you wrap them all up. And I also created myself a bundle of sock patterns on Ravelry that I was planning to pick from. And then every month you pick a mystery yarn, and that's the yarn that you're knitting with for a pair of socks. So if this is your first time hearing about my stash busting sock along, I've launched it on Instagram, so you can go and find the information on my Instagram page. I'll put a link down below so you can find it there. And it's got all the information, and some people are joining in just on Instagram and sharing via the hashtag. Some people are joining in my Discord group, which I have a pretty exciting community that's being built up and excited over sock knitting and picking out new yarns, and that's been really great. That's been a really, really fun aspect of the sock knit along, the sock along, because everybody's just excited and really enthusiastic. People are coming and chatting who maybe haven't done a knit along before, or who've never knit socks before, or who just wanted to kind of like step in and see what it was like before committing to anything. It's very low stakes, it's very low pressure. You can knit if you want, you don't have to. There's no one's going to be standing over you and saying, you didn't knit your socks this month, for shame. It doesn't work like that. You know, if you can knit a sock a month, that's incredible. If you knit a pair of socks a month, even better. I have finished my January socks, which I am shocked. I think it's because it's definitely because we had a road trip right at New Year, and I was the passenger princess, and I basically finished my socks on the drive down to Canberra and back. So I was very pleased that I got that opportunity. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep up with my pair of socks per month. It would be an absolute miracle if I did, but I'm feeling pretty motivated, so maybe I will. I'm going to pick a new yarn later, but I am going to show you the January socks that I knit. And guess what, guys? I made myself sock blockers. I felt so stupid last time I showed you socks, and I was just like holding up the socks in front, and I didn't even have my own sock blockers, even though I make them, which is so funny. But here we are. These are the socks on my sock blockers. So yeah, this is, what should I tell you about first? I'll tell you about the pattern first. Pattern is called Chaussettes Rosé, and the thing that I really like about it is, if I can show you, it's got this really cute little lace detail across the ankle of the sock. And usually what I find is with sock patterns, when you're knitting like it's designed for a sock set, or if it's designed for multiple colors, usually the contrast is over the cuff, over the heel, and over the toe. And I certainly don't mind doing that. I absolutely love a good contrast cuff and toe pair of socks, but they do start to look a little bit like samey. So especially if the pattern on the actual sock itself is maybe just plain stockinette stitch, or if it's just got a very, very light texture, you start to end up with socks that just all look kind of similar. And there's nothing wrong with that, but I do like a little bit of variety. And so I really appreciate that this section here is done in the contrast color. So, and then it's just got this sweet little heel treatment in the contrasting color as well. And I almost wasn't going to do it like that. I was almost just going to knit through in the single color, and you could probably very easily do these socks in just one single color, and they would look really, really cute if you didn't have a sock set, if you just had like one skein of yarn. So I really like them. I'm really happy with how they've turned out. They were very, very easy to do. I will say that I think there was perhaps something in the English translation that when I got down to the heel, it was like not quite clear. Just I got to a point and I was like, oh, why is it telling me to break the yarn here? And then when I picked the yarn up again, I was like, it's on the wrong side. So either I've missed something or there's just something, you know, not quite right in the pattern, in the translation. So I'm fortunate that I'm fairly well versed in sock knitography. I don't know if there's a better word for it than that, but this is the other thing I really like. It's got just this little cute stripe around that on the front, on the instep of the sock where the toe begins. It's just got like a little pearl bump, but on the underside of the sock, on the sole of where your foot pad is, it's just continuation of stockinette, so you don't have like a little bump that you're stepping on all the time, which is very clever, and I really like it. It's just little details, like it's very, very subtle, and it's a beautiful pattern. So I really, really enjoyed knitting this. There are variations where you can add multiples of the lace stripes and make the socks taller if you want, or longer up the leg. But I decided just to do one, just because I have a lot of pairs of socks that are quite tall up the leg, and I want to start getting a few that are a little bit shorter, and also because they'll be faster to knit. Shh, don't tell anyone I said that. So it's a really sweet pattern. It was very easy, and very like Moorish. So like once you knit the ribbing on the cuff, you knit a few rows and then you're straight into the lace section. Then it's just a few more rows and straight away you're into the heel. And the heel turn being a different color is motivating as well. The gusset on the sock was also quite motivating. And then once I'd done a few rounds, suddenly it was time for the toe. And obviously I did not suffer from second sock syndrome because I have two of them. The yarn. The yarn is, where's my bag? I've been using my Jackalope project bag from my first advent in 2022. It even says so on the label. So the yarn, where's the label for it? Oh my gosh, it's somewhere. It's a Woolberry Fibers Co. Woolberry is an American dyer. This is how much I've got left. Like I could probably make another whole entire pair of socks out of this. She's an American dyer. This was probably one of the first yarns that I bought from her. Look how messy this is. I'm clearly not prepared for recording. I'm just like, grab the bag. The yarn's in the bag, just get it out. And I assumed the label was in there too. This colour is called The Prophecy, and it was from her Lord of the Rings collection. And if you know me, I'm a huge Lord of the Rings fan. But when I pulled it out, and this was the first one I unwrapped, and I was like, I'm pretty sure it was from Lord of the Rings. But I can't remember what the prophecy is in the Lord of the Rings. So I started Googling, like, what's the prophecy in the Lord of the Rings, and ended up going down this massive rabbit hole of, oh, these are all prophecies. And then there were these like trails of Reddit discussions where people are like, no, that's not a prophecy, that's literally just like dialogue. So like they weren't prophesizing anything, they were just saying what they think. So I don't know. I am going to have to do a rewatch of Lord of the Rings, but first, while I'm talking about that, you can check out that yarn. It's really nice. It's got these just like creamy color, but these olive and earthy toned speckles. It does very much make me think of something that you pulled out of the Shire, and this sort of pattern with the socks, with the delicate lace, it does feel kind of hobbity. So I'm very pleased with these. And I have finished January socks. And sock blockers! Yay! This is a new colour too, by the way. This is going to be a pink lemonade. But it's not available yet, so you saw it here first. So, my January socks. I think that it's probably a good time to open my yarn for February. So, now I have to pick. Like, I literally don't know which one is which. This one. This is so exciting. Oh my gosh. Okay. I'm trying to remember what I actually put in the basket, and I just don't know. I just, like, honestly cannot remember at all. Like, I think I can, but I don't think I can. Okay. Let's do it. No turning back. Ooh! Oh my gosh, yay! Okay, fantastic. All right, it's coming up a lot more blue in the picture, but this is, this was a gift actually. Cass gave this to me as a birthday present. Cass is the dyer from Skip Rope Yarn Co. She is a local dyer here in Newcastle where I live, and I'm lucky enough that she is my friend, and we are birthday buddies. So we're like hitting all these milestones. So she gave me this as a gift for my birthday. It's like classic pink and green, right on my totally like my vibe, and it's tweed as well, which is really cool. So I have to now pick the perfect pattern for this, but these are going to be my February socks. So very exciting. Oh yay. Okay, I don't know what I will make with you, but something beautiful. All right. I don't have any other finished objects to share with you guys. So let's talk about whips. I don't have any other finished objects to share with you guys. I am not the speediest knitter, and I do like to have a few projects on the go at the same time, because I get bored quite easily of one thing, and I kind of just want to switch it up based on my mood. So sometimes I'm like, okay, I can do some exceptionally long rows, so I don't mind working on a shawl that's grown like beyond recognition, or sometimes I want something that's just like immediately gratifying, so it'll be socks. I am working on a t-shirt, so I will show you that. And then I have dug out some ancient whips and I might need your advice a little bit. So this one I'm using the 2024 project bag from the Advent in the magical terrarium. It's like a fairy forest. It's got like cute little toadstools and fairy forest doors and lush looking forest that you can get lost in. I've attached my cauldron yarn cutter to the handle of the bag, so it's always there and very handy. So I have been knitting, of course it's green. Does anyone feel shocked by that? What's this called again? The Salty Air Tea. This is the Salty Air Tea. My friend Sky made one in this same yarn in a different colour, and it was really pretty, and the dyer of the yarn that she used was Mel from Three Cats Yarn. And so at one event that Mel and I were vending next to each other, I snuck into her stall, bought a couple of skeins of this olive green. It's a merino linen, and it's just beautiful. I've never knit with merino linen before, but it's really, really lovely. It's just soft and light and delicate to work with, and I can't wait for this to be finished. So I'm up to... I don't have a long enough cable, but can I put it on and show you? No, the cable's not long enough. Look, follow me for more fashion tips. This is how you wear your knits, everybody. So chic, so gorgeous. Okay, so yes, I am losing the plot in case anyone was wondering. This is what happens when you leave me alone with children and no adults to talk to. I go nuts. Apparently I'm ready to split for sleeves. So it seems like kind of not long enough to be at that point, but I'm going to do it, and knit a few rows and try it on when it's more of a manageable size to kind of tell whether or not I've reached that point. But yeah, it's got this beautiful lace detail across the top, across the yoke. It's a circular yoke, so you do like increases along on the chart, and it's just very, very nice light texture. It's unusual for me to knit things in really plain colors like this, in like really tonal things. I'm usually drawn to much more exciting, like variegated yarns, but this is like a conscious decision that I made, that I wanted something in olive green. Does that surprise anybody? It's nice, right? It's looking really, really nice. So I finished the lace section, ready to split for sleeves. So that's the next job that I will do. I might get to do that while I'm on my week away with the kids. We'll see. But I'll definitely take it with me. And yeah, I'm very, very happy with it. If you've never knit with merino linen before, it is absolutely delightful to work with. I've never worn anything with it, so I can't give you the review about how it feels to wear, but the hand feel of it is just really, really nice. And I'm interested to see how the linen content affects the performance of the garment when I wear it. It is 10% linen, and it's a single ply. In the color I'm using is called Deep Olive. And it's coming up a lot browner on my screen, but it is like a true dark olive. So, yeah, it's so lovely. Oh, and I've got my little going branding on it. I've got my little fairy door stitch marker from the Advent, and I put my plantasy needle toppers on it and everything. Like, I'm fully coding myself into the theme, which I love doing. I love it when things match and when they coordinate. So yeah, that is something that I'm working on and really enjoying. So I promised you some really old whips. I have to think about how old these actually are. And actually this one, I think I can look it up on Ravelry because I had the project page for it. Back in the days when I was like really diligent about doing my Ravelry projects. Maybe I'll do that again. Sometimes there's just too much stuff going on. Okay, projects. I have to scroll right down to the bottom pretty much. Oh, here it is. I've got the pictures of it all laid out. This was one of the first projects I attempted. It uses mohair. Oh my god, I've got the wrong bag. This one. I'm so clever. So, look, there's a lot of it. It just goes on and on and on. It's beautiful lace, right? I can't even hold up the whole thing to show you. But I don't know if you can see all the lifelines that I put in, because I was so nervous about, I think this is a sleeve. I think this is like a sleeve element. I'm not sure. But I used a book before I knew about Ravelry. I used a book, and the pattern is from Rowan. I bought a book. My god, where is the actual... Oh, it's by Marie Wallen, and it was for Rowan that she did the pattern. So, I don't know if I'm actually going to finish this. I started it... December 19th, 2016. It's nearly 10 years old. This is a 9-year-old whip. It's like this kind of wraparoundy crossover sweater type thing. Or it's maybe like a shouldery go on over the top kind of thing. So is that terrible that I can't even remember what the design looks like, even though I've pulled it out? It's just like, honestly, it's just this big kind of square. This is mohair lace, okay? So if I decide I'm not going to finish it, there is no undoing this. I know people are going to tell me you can chuck it in the freezer and then you'll be able to unravel it. I think it's not going to happen, quite honestly. Like, there is just too much in here to, there's too much in here to be able to actually unravel it and not lose my mind completely. But the lace is really nice. Like, I think I did kind of a nice job on the lace. If I recall, oh my God, is there more of it? What is this? What is this bit?
What the heck is that?
What is this? This is all like bits. Oh, I know. I'm pretty sure these are the sleeves. Because there's 2 of them and they're roughly similar sized things. So I have like a cardigan and some sleeves. Yeah, so I'm not sure if I'm going to actually finish it. I do still like the colour, and I don't know, my memory of the pattern was that I liked it as well. I do think that somehow I have to piece it together and do some seaming and then add the sleeves on, and then I think you pick up stitches all around the opening and then you knit the ribbing, and then you obviously have to do some cuffs. So that's what this is for. It's possible that I don't have enough left to finish, and I don't want to buy more. I just don't. The other issue is, I don't know if you've worked with Rowan Kid Silk Haze before, and this is totally a personal preference thing, but I just find it kind of scratchy. I have used it held double with another yarn to knit a sweater, and I don't like wearing that one next to skin because it is scratchy, or at least I feel that it's scratchy. And this whole thing is like definitely, I feel like it's definitely I think that goes around there. It's definitely like a next to skin kind of thing, and even just draping it over me, I can feel that it's just itchy. So I kind of feel like this is in the abandon all hope ye who enter here kind of situation. So I want to know, what would you do? Would you finish it? Or would you just file it in the bin? I learned a lot doing it, so I don't regret having made it at all. But it's just at that point, and I think I know a lot more about myself as a knitter now, and I don't know if it's actually going to eventuate into a finished product that I would wear or enjoy wearing. I think I would finish it and go, hooray, I finished it, and then that kind of be the end of my thoughts about it. Okay, that's one ancient whip. The second ancient whip is, I'm gonna look this up again as well. It's a shawl. It's called the Breakfast for Dinner Shawl by Suzanne Summers, Sozu Knits. Where is it? Oh, here. Breakfast for dinner. It's got like brioche all through it. Okay, I started this in 2020, so it's not quite as disastrous. But look, it's actually kind of cool, right? It's throwing a lot more fluoro, but it required 3 different weights of yarn, and they were yarns that I just happened to have that weren't assigned to any projects, and they were sort of like random weird purchases, and it was the kind of thing that I was like, oh, I can just put those together. They look really cool together. It's the whatever this red color is, whatever this is, it's got like a few drifts of blue in it that you can't really see on the picture, and it's throwing a lot more pink. It's actually much more orange in real life. It's got like a real sort of coral color to it, which is really lovely. Oi, shush. Oh, I know. I think... Look, they're all hedgehog colours. Yep. Okay, I can tell you about the yarn now. So, this is hedgehog fibres in Monet. It is skinny singles, which is gorgeous. It does have a very impressionist-y kind of vibe to it, and it's really, really nice. This one is also a hedgehog fibres. It was a club colour called Pomegranate that I got in June 2018. I can see it says that on the tag there. And it's on the old labels as well. So I signed up for, I think she called it a garnish club, where it was like, you got like a few half skeins of this like merino silk lace mohair type thing, and you got you just got a few other random stuff. So I signed up for that club, and I was just like, oh, why not? I can try out some yarn. And then this one, which is also a hedgehog fibres, it's a lace color. It's lace weight. It's called Echo. I don't even know if they have these colors anymore. This was a really dumb purchase. And not because it's not a beautiful color, but because I bought it long before I really understood about gauge and thickness of yarn in knitting. And I bought this from overseas from an American shop, and I couldn't understand why this skein of yarn was the same price as another skein of yarn, and this has 1,200 meters in it, and the other one had 400 meters. So why was I getting 3 times as much yarn for the same price? And I really like the color, and it wasn't obvious from the pictures, and I didn't know to look for the gauge of the yarn. Look, we all had to start somewhere. So I ordered it, and it was shipped, and I got it out, and I was like, oh, what will I do with this? So the breakfast for dinner shawl was the one that I picked because it called for a lace weight and a mohair and 1 fingering weight yarn. And it's a really cute pattern. It has these like cute sections in it, and it's got brioche through it. But there's a couple of things that's going on. So first of all, I've taken off the needles, and I can't remember what needles I had. I think the last time I worked on it was in 2020, so I didn't get very far. And then the other thing is that it's got this like brioche spine down the middle. And right here in this section here, there's a mistake. I'll hold it up and see if you can see it. The central spine somehow goes off itself. So it's supposed to have like a line going all the way up the middle, and it doesn't. It does like there's like a divergence in the train tracks. There's a disturbance in the force, you know, that kind of a thing. And I'm so mad about it. I'm so mad that there is this mistake, that I've kind of just put the project down and gone, I don't know what to do. So this has been sitting around for since September 2020. So we're talking like over 4 years now. Oh, there might have been a leaf fly past the window. I don't know if you can hear her barking. I bet you can because it's loud. So yeah, I don't know what I will do with this one. It seems like another one to just think about from time to time. I don't know. Oh look, there's a pen in here. How fun. So yeah, I'm not sure what to do. So let me know what you would do with this one, because it's gorgeous, and it seems like this is the first iteration of my pink and green combo. Like, this is where it sort of all started from. And so, yeah. Fun times. Ancient whips. So that's my whips and my finished objects. So kind of the last thing to share with you guys is my stash enhancements. And it's the start of the year, so there hasn't been very much just yet. I am still getting my Fade club from Susan from Ash and Eve. So I did get in the mail last week the January installment for the club. So I have opened it and it is gorgeous. I haven't looked at it yet with all the other yarns next to it. So maybe next month when I get the last one, I'll show them all to you in a spread, because it's just beautiful. And it's not going to show up nicely, but it's this beautiful, like, speckled peachy orange. And there we go. And it's called Favorable. She does all these cute little puns with the Fae words, because it's the Fae inspired Fade club. And it's really lovely. And it came with this beautiful little fairy stitch marker, and this is the inspiration for it, this beautiful fairy photo with these oranges and corals and stuff, and it's just really lovely. She does such a good job. So I have to decide what I'm going to make with it. If you have suggestions for a 6-color fade, I'd love to hear them. Otherwise, I don't know, but this is the one skein of yarn. This is, I think, my first new yarn for 2025. So very, very excited to have that. I did buy some fibre as well. So when we were in Canberra, I visited Marie from Obsession Yarns, and we did a little bit of spinning. And while we were there, she showed me some bats that she had from Kylie from Lovely Loops Designs. And I've seen her bats online, but I've never seen them in person. And oh my God, they were just beautiful. So that night I was like immediately on her web shop ordering bats. So I went a little bit batty, but you'll see when I show you the colours what I mean. And there's no way that my screen is going to do them justice. So you should absolutely go and check out her Etsy shop and see if you're a spinner. But this one is... I'm going to take them out. That's a bit better. Then you don't have the reflection. So this one's called the Forgotten Garden. It's got a little bit of sparkle through it. And it's just really, really nice looking. Really beautiful. I can't wait to do some spinning on this. It's a merino bamboo and silk and Angelina. That's what the little sparkles are. So that's one. I'll pack those up after. And then this one is got a little bit of pink and green and blue in it. It's called Delilah. And they're just really lovely. They're just super duper lovely. This one's going to be a lot of fun to spin. And I bought ones that I thought would coordinate nicely. So if I wanted to use them together for a full project, then I could. So then this is the last one that I ordered. This one's called Cherry Blossom. And it's similar to the last one, but it's got like this dark cherry red in it. As you can see the difference. So this is a bit more pink and this is a bit more red. So they're really lovely. And then completely unexpectedly, she sent me a little gift because she's a beautiful person. And it's kind of like this chocolate pink color, chocolate kiss, which is just gorgeous as well. So yeah, thank you so much, Kylie. They are absolutely beautiful. They feel so nice, and I can see that this one has some locks in it as well. I can't wait to get them out. I did buy myself a new spinning wheel. I have a Ashford e-spinner, and then last year I bought myself a Ashford traditional at the spinners meetup, like an old secondhand one, and I wasn't really loving it. And then a woman in my knitting group was selling her Ashford Joy, and so I bought that from her at one of the I've got Gremlins in my laundry. I bought that from her at one of our knitting groups, and so yeah, I need to have some time to sit down and play with it because I've got all this beautiful fibre to spin and a whole cupboard full of fibre to spin as well. So yeah, I can find some time to do that at some point. I don't know when, but I have beautiful fibre. So that's from Lovely Loops Designs from Kylie. I'll link her down below as well. So yeah, I'm not sure what else to share with you guys. I should probably stop crinkling the plastic while I'm trying to talk. And now I'm surrounded by fibre, so I'm very, very happy. Do you want to come up here? Come on. Come on, sneak on through. Oh, good try, good try. There wasn't very much space. Come here, come here. Oh, do you love her little jumper? Oh, she had a haircut. She had a haircut. And now she was cold. So I put her little jumper on her. I'm gonna have to go pretty soon so that I can make dinner for the kids. It's a never-ending quest to feed my children. So yeah, I've kind of reached the end of everything that I have to show you for January. January is usually kind of a slow month because, like I said, it's school holidays. Everybody's sort of gearing up with clubs and things for the year, and so I haven't sort of acquired very much, and I've been quite involved with the kids, so I've been a bit worn out and not been doing much knitting, so I don't have a whole lot to show you, but hopefully next month there will be. A few things that are coming up is I showed you my sock blockers. I'll take the socks out of them so you can see them there. So I am going to be doing another pre-order on the sock blockers. This is going to be one of the new colours that I have available, the pink lemonade, and I have a few others to share with you too. If you haven't seen them before, they come with these little hooks like this, and when you clip them on, you can actually hang them. They're big enough that you can hang them over like a washing line or a clothes rail or something like that. So you can put your socks on there to block them, or you can use them for display or whatever if you're taking photos for Instagram. And they're really cute. Like, they're designed with, they've got a bit of a ribbing pattern engraved into them and a little bit of a toe engraving pattern on here. The pink is quite light and subtle, and then it's got like this knitted cable design that's in, laser cut out of the piece as well. So I will be doing that shortly. So if you want to be able to order some, you can sign up for my newsletter or follow me on Instagram and make sure that you're keeping up to date with my shop openings. I have 2 things that are coming up in the next couple of weeks. The first one is the Writer's Quadrant little mini capsule collection. My romantasy loving heart couldn't let the launch of the latest Fourth Wing installment go without creating something to go with it. So I've started sharing a few of those things on Instagram. So go have a look over there, and I'll be putting those up on my website end of next week. So like first week of February, I guess, they'll be up on the website. They'll be pretty limited, so if you want one, be quick. And then probably the last thing to tell you guys about is that we're coming up to the countdown for the Australian Yarn Show in Canberra. That's on the 7th and 8th of March, and I'll be vending there. Tickets go on sale, I believe, this weekend. So workshops are selling out. It's looking like a really fantastic event. So many people are coming to vend from all over the place, and really, really excited to see some of my yarn friends and catch up with some of my community, and have like a stall and have a really fabulous weekend. It's our first show for the year, so it's always nice to start off the year with a bit of a bang, with a show that's really community minded and really, really exciting. So I'm really excited to go and be part of it, and I hope that if you're in the local area that I'll see you there. If not, you can catch me on Instagram and see all the excitement, because I'm sure I'll share a lot of stuff about it. It's one of the only conference style yarn events that we have in Australia, and I think that really sets it apart from just like yarn markets where like at the Australian Sheep and Wool Show in Bendigo, where it's just like go and have a spend fest. You know, this one, they've got workshops that you can participate in with really high quality teachers and really interesting topics. There's panel discussions, which I'll be involved in. There's community evenings where you can socialize and hang out with other knitters and crafters, and yeah, and I'm not sure what else to tell you, but it's a really, really great event, and it's the only one that we have like it here. So yeah, I think I might just leave it there, and wish you guys all happy crafting through January. I hope to see you online or in my Discord if you want to join in and knit some socks with us. Yeah. Should we say bye, Poppy? Say bye.